So next is, let us now discuss whenever like now let us recall what we have done in the previous class, some more questions. Like we have discussed, whenever we want to compute value of the function like that, x cube minus y cube upon x minus 5. Okay, and we are getting 0 by 0 form as xy is tending to 0 by 0. X and y, x and y is tending to 0 by 0, then we are getting 0 by 0 form. If we are putting the limit as it is, then we are getting 0 by 0 forms. Then I told you in the previous class also, whenever you are having this kind of situation, in that case you cannot apply an hospital rule because it is not allowing root variable. So what you will do, you will try to simplify your function. You will try to simplify your function. You will try to simplify your function by factorizing or multiplying by conjugate. So what you will do, you will just write its factor x cube minus y cube is x minus y, and then you're just writing x cube minus y cube value, and if the something is getting cancelled, then you can get its value, limiting value, it is coming out to be 0 in this case. Okay, one more question, like x square minus xy, this question we have done in the previous class also, so I have just formed notes for you so that you can check from here. One more thing, if you are getting 0 by 0 form, in that case you can also apply two-part test. Whenever you are not able to write your function in simplified form, यहाँ पे आपका function जो है वो simplified form में convert नहीं हो रहा है, that's why you are like, then you will use two-part test. So that is fxy equal to y upon x plus y minus 1. Here you cannot simplify it. So what you will you can take two-part test, or what you can do, you can just try by any of the path. As in this case, you will take two-part test y equal to mx, then some term may not get cancelled. So in that case, you can take any path. As in this question, I have taken path 1, I have taken as y equal to 0. Y equal to 0, you can take any path that is passing through the, actually in this question, what is given? Find limit when x and y is tending to 1 to 0, and y upon x plus y minus 1. So here I am choosing a path that is y equal to 0 because it is y equal to 0 and x is tending to 1. It is not 0, 0 as in the previous case. So any path you can take, like this is 1, 0, this one. So that is passing through 1, 0. Okay, so I'm taking one path as y equal to 0, that means x-axis. So what is happening, whenever I'm plugging the value of y at 0, then it is coming out to be 0 upon x plus 0 minus 1. So here we are getting one value at 0. Now I'm taking another path, suppose x equal to 1 for all y. Okay, same thing we have done for all x. So what we are getting here value as y upon 1 plus y minus 1, it is coming out to be 1. So we are getting two different value by two different paths that is passing through 1, 0. Then we'll say limit will not exist. So this is another form of two-part test. Okay, so we are getting different limit by two different paths. That's why limit does not exist. So these some more questions are given in the notes. You can check by yourself. So they are simple. Those are based on the previous lecture. Up to here, you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, so these are the questions that you have to try yourself. And this is the simple question: x square minus y square upon x square plus y square. Again, you are getting 0 by 0 form. So you can try two-part test. So I have taken here y equal to mx, and the limit is depending on m. So we'll say limit does not exist. This thing we have already discussed.
Ma'am, can we also say that this function is not continuous?
I'm going to continue to your now. Yes, when the limit does not exist, then we'll say it is not continuous. Okay, just go to the, I'm just discussing about continuity. So what is the definition of continuity? A function is said to be continuous at the point x naught, y naught if the function is defined at the point x naught, y naught. Like it is same as one dimension. Function should be defined at the point where we want to find out continuity, and the limit of the function fxy exists at the point x naught, y naught, and the limiting value as well as the function value should be same. Now, this is the definition of the continuity. If these three conditions are satisfied, then we'll say function is continuous. So obviously, if the limit will not exist, then we'll say function is not continuous at the point x naught, y naught. So I'm doing one example here. Before that, like like if we compare with the one dimension, you can say like exponential function are always continuous, trigonometric function are always continuous, and polynomials are continuous, rational function like in the form of polynomial p upon q form, and if they are defined, they are continuous. So same thing is in two variable. Okay, if we raise to x minus y, it is a continuous function, exponential function, it is continuous, trigonometric function are continuous, polynomial rational are in two variable are also continuous at every point where they are defined. So this is an important point. Okay. Yeah. So there is an example show that the function fxy equal to 2xy upon x square plus y square, and xy is not equal to 0, and the value of the function is 0 when xy is equal to 0. So check whether it is continuous or not. And here we have to show that it is continuous at every point except at the point 0, 0. That means what? This point 0, 0 is what? So here you are getting 0 by 0 form. Okay, you are getting 0 by 0 form. That's why you have to do further investigation.
Ma'am, at 0, 0, ma'am, at 0, comma 0, the function is not defined. We can say that.
Actually, at 0, comma 0, function is defined. The value is given as 0 here.
Oh,
It is
sorry.
given, no?
Yeah.
So we have to show here function fxy continuous at every point except at the origin. So what we have to do? So first condition is satisfied. It is defined here. Next thing is what? We have to check whether the function limit exists or not. That we have to check. And if it exists, then it is equivalent to the limiting function value or not. Limiting value is equivalent to the function value or not. So these are the three things we require.
Path test.
Yeah, obviously. So first of all, we have to show that the function is continuous at all other points, because it is asked like continuous at every point. So you know it is what 2xy upon x square plus y square. So this is a rational function in polynomial. Okay, 2xy, it is continuous at all values, and x square plus y square is also continuous for all value except for all value. But if we'll find out its like quotient, then obviously at 0, 0 there's a problem. So this rational function is continuous at all point xy except 0, 0. So for all xy belonging to r square minus 0, 0. So this notation should be clear. Okay, na? So if xy is not equal to 0 we are taking, then it is continuous. Sorry, it is defined for all value, and it is also continuous. Now we are talking about at 0, 0. What will happen whenever we are taking xy is tending to 0, 0? Why we are checking this?
Ma'am, why did we take r square? Why not just r minus 0, 0?
You are asking why we took r square?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is doublet xy. I told you in the previous class also, whenever we are writing this kind of notation xy, that means we are writing r cross r. First is belonging to r and second is also belonging to r. Okay. So whenever you are writing any element in term of x, y, z, then you are writing it is belonging to Rq. If it is n arguments, then we'll say it is belonging to Rn. Understand? So this is the notation. This is not real line. If you are saying belonging to R, that means you are talking about real line. Okay. So this notation R square means what? You are talking about 2 dimension. So the element here x as well as y. Okay. Now, why we are checking at 0, 0? Because 2xy upon x square plus y square giving you 0 by 0 form. That's why we are applying two-part test, or any other procedure you can apply if you are able to apply. Here, it is not further going to be modified. It is not going to be modified. That's why we will apply two-part test only. So y equal to mx, we are putting here, and then we'll take x is tending to 0. Y, okay, as x is tending to 0, just x tending to 0 and y is tending to 0 implies y we are taking as mx. Mx is tending to 0, this implies x is tending to 0. So we can write directly as x tending to 0. As we accept that. So 2x mx upon x square plus mx square, it is coming out to be 2m upon 1 plus m square. So here the limit depends on m. So you are getting different limit. Okay, if m equal to 1, the value is coming out to be 2 plus 2, it is 1. M equal to 2, it is coming out to be 4 upon 1 plus 2. It is 4/3. And function value at 0. Function at 0, 0 is given as 0. So first limit is not existing, and when it is not exist, it is giving you different values of how it could be equal to the function value. Second and third condition of the continuity is not satisfied. That's why we will say function is not continuous at 0, 0. Understand? So there's some question given in the tute sheet that you should try. If you're getting any confusion, you can tell me about it. So one more thing I will share these PDF also. Otherwise, you can get same questions from your book, Thomas and Finney book. Otherwise, I will share these questions on the given link. Okay, so you can try all these questions.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, how can we prove that this function is continuous at 1, 1? Because it is continuous at every point except 0, 0. But we have to prove explicitly that the function is what do you say, continuous at 1, 1.
First is what function like. First of all, this function is what it is defined at xy. So the first point is clear. Second is what we will find
Yes,
out. Find out limit x and y 1, 1. So it is coming out to be 2/1 plus 1. It is coming out.
Okay मैम, अरे समझ गया मैम, मतलब वो नहीं था इसमें, indeterminate form नहीं बनी इसमें.
हाँ, इसलिए मैंने स्पेशली यहाँ मेंशन किया है कि यू आर गेटिंग हियर इंडिटरमिनेट फॉर्म है. तो लिमिट आप तभी देखते हैं ना अगर आप वन डायमेंशन में देखते हैं ना.
हाँ, indeterminate नहीं बनी, सॉरी मैम.
हाँ, ठीक है. Okay, so you should try all these questions. Like 12.1 exercise, actually I have taken this from another edition. So you should try all these questions, as well as you have to label curve is not in your syllabus. So only domain and range, only for making clear, like because I have discussed about domain and range. So I want you should do these questions so that things will be clear. And second is what, like you should do all questions from here as well as from tute sheet. So the concept will be clear. Okay, next.
Ma'am, this continuity in a space question. So, and like, do we have to do this as well?
Yeah, you should do all the questions, whatever given here, because we are talking about function of like 2 or more variable, no? Several variables. So you should do all these questions, like from 1 to like 42. All the questions you should try. If you're facing any problem, then let me know. Okay. Next is what partial derivative. Let us talk about partial differentiation. So let us recall differentiation in one dimension. What is the definition of differentiation in one dimension? If I am writing f is the function of x, suppose I should take another page. Suppose I am writing fy equal to f of x, and I am writing dy dx. So what does it mean? Maybe f dash x. So dy dx represent what? It is the slope of the tangent on the curve. Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that is the meaning of derivative of a function at some point. Maybe suppose x naught or whatever. So suppose I'm talking, there is some function, maybe y equal to fx. Then suppose this is the point x1, suppose x1, then tangent is what? This is the slope of the tangent. Okay, so this is the meaning of differentiation in one dimension. I'm talking about now partial derivative. Partial derivatives. So partial derivative will talk whenever we will talk about partial derivative whenever the function is more than one variable. Suppose I'm writing here f of xy. So partial derivative, partial means what? Partially you are differentiating this function. So if you are differentiating this function here, f is what? That is a dependent variable, x and y are independent variable. So whenever you are differentiating the function with respect to either x or y, then we'll say we are the partial derivative. We are doing partial derivative of the function f. Okay. So, so what is the meaning of partial differentiation? So just the derivative of the function of several variables. It could be 2, 3, 4, and it could be anything. Yes. So whenever we are finding differentiation of the function with respect to one or more with respect to one independent variable, keeping other independent variable as constant, then we'll say, okay, keeping all other variable as constant is called the partial derivative of the function with respect to that variable. So that means what? If I'm writing here del f over del x, f is the function of suppose two variable x square plus y square, then what you are doing here, you are taking just f equal to x square plus y square, and you are finding derivative of the function with respect to x, then it is coming out to be 2x. That means
Yes,
you are
ma'am.
treating y as constant. So this is the thing only I've written. So the derivative of the function with respect to one or independent variable, keeping all other variable as constant, is called partial derivative of the function with respect to that variable. Understand? So partial derivative of the function with respect to x is defined as, partial derivative of the function with respect to x is defined as what? Like, I should want to write it here. Yes. So del f over del x, I'm writing here, del f over del x equal to x naught y naught. Suppose we are computing partial derivative of the function at some point x naught y naught is equivalent to dy dx. If we are writing dy dx, so that means what? We are talking about total derivative. जैसे कि हम अगर slope निकालते हैं and the function is of one variable, then we are saying dy over dx. That means total derivative. But whenever we are talking about partial derivative, that means we are differentiating function partially. Okay, so we are using this symbol del. So dy dx, if I am writing, that means I'm considering the function is of one variable only. So in that case, I'm writing fx y naught. So this y naught is what? Now it is a constant value. So that means what? Now the function f is a function of one variable x only. So now we are defining it in the same way as we define in one dimension. So what is the definition of derivative in one dimension? Limit h is tending to 0, f of x naught. We are computing partial derivative at the point x naught plus x naught y naught. So y naught is already constant. X, now the function is of x only. So x naught plus h y naught minus f of x naught y naught upon h, and limit h is tending to 0. My system is going to be like battery is going to be over, so I don't know when the class will be over because I'm not having my charger here. So whenever it will stop, then I will stop. Okay, so only 5% is left. So f of x naught plus h y naught minus f of x naught y naught, provided limit exists. So this is the definition of partial derivative if we are differentiating function fx y with respect to x. Okay. Similarly, we are writing del f over del y. At the point x naught, y naught, it is the total derivative of the function when x naught, y. So limit h is tending to 0, f of x naught, y naught plus h minus f of x naught, y naught upon h. So this is the del f over del x. That means the derivative of partial derivative of f with respect to x, and partial derivative
मैम
of f.
नीचे मैम नीचे partial derivative of y में मैम df यहाँ पे dy
Sorry. Okay, so I think this is clear. Now let us discuss some question based on it. Physical
And can we do partial derivative of single variable function?
What is the difference between suppose we are talking about fx? Fx is what? It is the function of one variable only. So हम partial लिखेंगे, in this case del f over del x equal to df over dx. Both are the same thing. There is no difference. Partial का मतलब क्या है? We are differentiating something partially. That whenever you are having function of more than one variable, suppose x1, x2, xn, then you have to specify you are differentiating this function f with respect to what variable? With respect to x1 or with respect to x2 or with respect to xn. That's why we are using this term partial. ठीक है ना. वन डायमेंशन होगा तो आपको पार्शियल तो बोलने की जरूरत ही नहीं है ना, बिकॉज इट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ वन वेरिएबल ओनली.
Okay, ma'am, clear.
Okay, so but partial derivative indicate it gives the rate of change of f in the direction of, in the x direction or in direction of y. ठीक है ना. अगर हम del f over del x की बात करते हैं, then partial derivative gives what? It same as in one dimension. If we are writing dy dx and y is the function of x alone, then it is what? It is the rate of change of y in the direction of x. So same thing is here. Whenever we are talking about partial derivative, it gives what? Rate of change of f in the direction of I or in the direction of x. Okay. Now, let us do one example based on it. Suppose fxy is some function x square plus xy minus y cube plus 3x square y. Then del f over del x is what? You are differentiating this function f with respect to x only. So it will be what? 2x, y is constant. So it is what? Differentiation of x, it is 1. Y cube, it is 0 because you are differentiating with respect to x, and y is constant here. Y constant. Del f over del y, that means you are differentiating function f of xy with respect to y. That means here, this is 0 plus x minus 3y square plus 2x. I don't know what is this term. X minus 3y square plus 3x square. So this is the thing we are doing. I want to discuss about the physical significance, but partial derivative represent. I can explain this with the help of one figure. Here. Suppose there is some surface z equal to fxy. This is surface. Right. This is your surface z equal to fxy. Okay. And what we are telling here, we are saying like we are in partial derivative, we are keeping one variable as constant if we are talking about two dimension. So what partial derivative represent here? So suppose we are taking here, this is your x-axis, this is your x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. Okay. Now x equal to x naught. We are taking a plane x equal to x naught, and this plane is crossing this surface. This is your surface. Okay. This is your surface. There is some surface. Okay. Z equal to fxy, and there's a plane x equal to x naught. This plane we are taking in the z direction. Okay, so it is crossing your surface at some curve. जब भी हमारे पास suppose हमारे पास एक parabola type paraboloid kind of thing है, या फिर कोई भी surface है suppose, and you are taking a plane x equal to x naught in the z direction. So obviously that plane will cut the surface at some curve. Is it clear? So this is the curve at which I'm writing here. Maybe this one. So this is the curve. This is the curve at which the plane. Plane कौन सा है आपका? ये वाला plane है. This is the plane that is crossing the surface. This is a surface, okay? And this surface is cut by the plane on the curve. So whenever you are cutting a surface by a plane, you are getting a curve. Now at the curve, this is a point P. It is very easy to define tangent line at the curve because there is some point, suppose P, and you can find out tangent at the point P. So this point P is what? X naught, y naught, f of x naught, y naught. Okay, na? So del f over del x, if we are writing, sorry, del f over del y is what? Here, in the case of del f over del y, x is constant. X is constant. So that we are taking as x equal to x naught. Okay, so that means x equal to x naught is crossing the surface at a curve. On the curve at the point x naught, y naught. On this curve, x naught is already fixed. It is a plane. Now, if we are specifying this point y naught, so we are getting this point. So this is what here, whatever the tangent. So this is the tangent line we are having. This is the tangent line. Tangent line. So this is the tangent line on the curve f of x naught y. Okay, so del f over del y अभी क्या हो जाएगा? df over dy हो जाएगा. So we can say df dy represent what? That is the tangent line to the curve at P is the line in the plane x equal to x naught that passes through the point P with this slope. Which slope? df over dy. So like this is the physical interpretation of del f over del y. If you are facing problem, then let me know. अभी अगर आपको क्लियर नहीं है तो आप पूछ सकते हो.
मैम कर दो
मैम आप ये
रिपीट।
कर्व, मैम आप ये
repeat कर
कर्व
दो,
किसको
please.
कह रही हैं? ये
Pardon?
समझ नहीं आ पाया.
हाँ ये थोड़ा
मैम
सा
आप रिपीट कर
difficult है.
दीजिए एक बार.
हाँ मैं रिपीट करती हूँ, बस 3% बैटरी बचे. So this is the like just think, it is x-axis, it is y-axis, and it is your z-axis. You are having a surface z equal to fxy. अगर हम सिंपल बात करते हैं कि suppose you are having z equal to x square plus y square. Z equal to x square plus y square का मतलब क्या होता है? If you are putting z equal to 1, you are getting x square plus y square as 1. You are putting different values of z. So you are getting a circle, and if you're taking in upward direction, so you are getting a paraboloid kind of thing. Okay, z equal to 1, z equal to 2, z equal to 3. So this is kind of surface, we can say. This is kind of surface. So surface का मतलब क्या होगा? Like everywhere it is this kind of something like that. Okay, so this is the surface. Surface का मतलब क्या होता है? Like we are getting x square plus y square and equal to z. Z you are something putting, then you are getting a simple curve. अगर हम z equal to 1 रखते हैं, you are getting some curve x square plus y square equal to 1. तो यहीं पर हम same thing we are doing here. Just and suppose we are putting x equal to 1 here, so what you are getting? Z equal to 1 plus y square. It is also a curve, z equal to y square plus 1. It is what? A parabola. So in the same way you can understand there is some surface, okay, and on surface आपका क्या है? Z equal to f of xy. Now you are putting here x equal to x naught as fixed. So क्या हो गया? Z equal to x naught तो fix हो गया fy. So you are having a relation between z and y. So you are getting some curve. और जो वो curve है, this is the curve. तो सबसे पहले आपके पास एक surface था, and उस surface को हमने एक plane से cut किया. तो surface को अगर हम एक plane से cut करेंगे, तो what we will get? We will get a surface. We will get a curve only. अब उस curve पे एक point है, suppose P, and the coordinate of the point is what? X naught, y naught, fx naught, y naught. Then at any point on the curve, at any point, suppose this is a point, and we want to find out tangent. So this is what? This is the tangent. Suppose we are rotating this tangent, so what will happen? You are getting different tangent. So this tangent will cover whole curve. Okay, so rate of change of this line will give you what? Slope, or this will be the derivative of the function. It may be with respect to y or with respect to x. हम with respect to y इसलिए बोल रहे हैं because this plane is what? X equal to x naught is given to you. I will share one video also there. There everything is given in term of there will be a good representation that you
मैम
can
भाई
see.
इसलिए लिए क्योंकि x नॉट हमने फिक्स कर दिया हुआ है।
हाँ, x naught हमने fix कर दिया है. तो आप एक तरीके से ये समझ सकते हैं, you have some umbrella. Umbrella is what? That is, umbrella is the surface. Okay, and then you are having a simple plane, maybe a glass, and you are taking that glass to a bird, so it will cut your umbrella at a simple curve only. So you will get only one line, this kind of. You are cutting it with the help of some this kind of glass. So it will cut whole umbrella at a curve only. So we are talking. So this is what? This is your curve, and at this curve you are having different point. अब हर जगह x naught तो fixed है आपका. X naught is fixed everywhere. Okay, y is varying along this curve. ठीक है ना? तो यहाँ पे कोई भी point आप लेते हैं, accordingly you are getting tangent. So y अगर change करेंगे तो z भी change होगा उसके according. So that's why x naught, y naught, and you are getting z as f of x naught, y naught. And at this point you are having this tangent, this tangent line. So tangent line की जो slope है वो आपका partial derivative है del f over del y. So I will share a small video so you can understand from there properly. Maybe I will send you a link so that it will circulated by the CR of the class. ठीक है, तो आपको ये physical significance समझ में आएगा. So I'm just closing it because there is only 2% battery. I mean,
Ma'am,
Yes.
आप ये वाला PDF और कंटिन्यूटी वाला PDF भी सेंड कर देना.
Everything I will share whatever I am discussing here. Okay.
मैम ये वाले लेक्चर की रिकॉर्डिंग वो यूट्यूब पे
यस मैम, इनकी यूट्यूब पे है.
हाँ, क्योंकि वहाँ पे फिर वो ठीक रहता है ना. मैंने आपको भेज दिया है उसका लिंक ना, उसी प्लेलिस्ट में डालेंगे सब कुछ है ना.
हाँ जी यूट्यूब पे ठीक रहता है. ओके.
हाँ, बिकॉज वो ड्राइव में कई बार बहुत प्रॉब्लम होता है ना.
हाँ जी.
ठीक है. So I will continue this in the next class. Okay. Thank you.
थैंक यू.
Thank you.